Still April 27th, 2026. You know, I did that video. This is how much I get harassed. Harassed. I go for a walk with my husband. Distress. Okay? Some fucking little brat that wasn't raised right by its mother because its mother doesn't have an IQ. And I'm not going to be nice to the lady that's put her kid up to saying something to me. The police need to arrest you. And they need to find out how long they need to arrest you for your involvement in involving your child in a drug cartel stunt. Because you're a fucking retard. Now think about what this kid said. Some lady told my mom she was taped being weird with herself. Well, did your mom call the police on that lady? Because how would she get a tape? Huh? Boy, fucking dumbass. Your retarded mama's going to end up in jail the rest of her life for being part of a drug scam. You want your mama to go to jail? She better call the cops on that lady. Because did your mama know that no one can break in your home and set up button cameras? Or is she that big of a fucking retard she can't wipe her own ass? Because she sure didn't raise you right. Because how many parents have looked at their kids and said, don't you say a word. It's not funny what's going on. But, whoa, your mom is a retard and talked to a drug dealer for a drug scam. That they are, why don't she confess she was weird with herself? I was not weird with myself. What did they confess, dumbass? Fucking retard? What did they confess? They photoshopped a shower scene on purpose to make me look weird. May 26, 22 at noon. Phone's fucked. An attorney ordered the attorney ordered it photoshopped her washing herself in the shower in the other room on purpose to make her look weird with herself. It was photoshopped on purpose. May 12th, 22, they found a tape of them emitting a shower scene in the other room. February and March of 22 in Navarre, that Pete ordered everything drugged, photoshopped, and made up on me. They admitted framing me March 24th, 22, 1/130. Oh, dumbass. Did that lady just make a fool out of you and your mama? She sent your mama up to go to jail the rest of her life? Oh, yeah. Sent your mama up to go to jail. Now what do you think of her? Did your mama not know the right of privacy, that police and agencies can only be in your home under a threat of life with statements in a quarter? Not some lady that thinks she can be part of a drug cartel? Where the drug cartel already confessed they photoshopped everything. Made everything up on me. Drug me and told me to say it before. How about December 1st, 25, Walmart 62? This whole thing was a scam to extort money from the government. Her ex-husband was involved. That lady's in it to extort money from the government. Scare me into calling the FBI trying to steal the case's money. Hell, I had it froze over. Bitch! Why didn't come say something to me in my face? We haven't met yet. Would you like to meet me? I'd like you to. We haven't met yet. I'd like you to meet me. I'd like you to. Because you know what? 911's going to be on the phone. I have a picture of her. Guess what? She's going up on YouTube. Guess what? She's going up on every social media. She's a sex offender. Breaking in homes with a drug cartel group that's drugging people up and telling them to say stuff, beating, raping them, selling kiddie porn, little kids go in the bathroom, people using the bathroom, sex trafficking videos of people naked, photoshopping things, trying to extort money out of them. She is a human trafficker. She's having people drug, beat, rape, torture, trying to extort money out of the government. That's who your mama was talking to. You knew that little kid, right? Your mama need to go to jail for being a human trafficker? You don't want to see your mama outside jail the rest of your life? Better think twice. Your mama needs to get a brain cell. Could that lady sit in your home? Can she get in your home? Huh? Does she get special permission? Gee, Fourth Amendment, the right of the people to be safe and secure in your own person. No one can touch you unless you want them to. It's assault. We know better than that. Your places, your homes, your papers, and effects against all unreasonable searches or seizures shall not be violated. Your home can't be violated. No searches, no seizure, but upon probable cause, warranted, that means court order, with the oath or affirmation of people, places, or things to be searched or seized. See, that means police or agents, because court order, the oath or affirmation. It's a sworn oath over it, the court order. And then you have a right to remain quiet and a right to an attorney. With those three rights, guess what, little person? Guess what? Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements and a court order. President Nixon could not bug an office without going to jail. You know what stopped him? Ford pardoned him. The President of the United States had an office bug, got impeached, got kicked out of office for bugging an office because of the right to privacy. So where did this lady have a right to bug my home? She didn't. Oh my God. Oh my God, she didn't. She goes to jail for a felony invasion of privacy, illegal monitor, cyber stalking, running a fraud scheme on me. My friend Walter Moss from the Stark County Prosecutor's Office, when he worked there, it's a fraud scheme, Karen. Were they laughing in your face? They photoshopped a shower scene in the other room, was clicking and pasting. They probably did. We had all the signs of being drugged, being raped. Somebody was hurting you. Even though the doctor didn't put it together, it was a rapist. Somebody was hurting you. You had all the signs of being drugged, being raped. Never seen or talked to anybody? They probably did drug you up and tell you to say something stupid. It's a big fraud scheme, Karen. Took him 30 seconds to nail this. So, little man, little person, you want to yell out something because your mother didn't teach you manners not to yell at an adult. That's your mother's fault. She should have raised you better with respect. My mother would have backhanded me, and I would have had a handprint across my face for a day or two. I ever talked to an adult like that. See, that's where one of the officers said, you know what, these people are having their kids yell stuff like that at her. My dad would have beat me. That's why I'm an officer today. Because he taught me right from wrong. Back in our day, kids smarted off to an adult like that, the parent beat the hell out of them. Wasn't tolerated in public. Nor am I putting out that children should be abused. I never believe they should be abused at all. But I'll tell you what, they didn't let them act out in public. There's other ways of handling it. By removing them from the situation, grounding them, making them sit there and think about how bad they acted and how would you like to be the victim, and taking everything away from them. While they sit in their room and think about it. How would you like to be a rape victim? Some rapist is running a con on you. See, that's where Danny and John, they framed them that they reported the Tupperware with yourself. They didn't know about it. They impersonated them. I went to them on Christmas Eve of 22, asked them where they kicked on my door the 6th day. Literally kicked a door into the wall. Predators. Setting up button cameras. They didn't know about any kind of button cameras. I asked them if they knew. No. Did you know about shower scene in the other room? They're laughing at me in front of people in stores. They photoshopped it to make me look weird with myself? No. I said, did you know where I had orange, lemon, and grapefruit-sized bruises all over me, throwing up and almost passed out, even outside in front of the neighbor by the second week, and it kept happening, kept going to the doctor for it, lost all kinds of weight? Yeah, I remember that. Did you know they were drugging me and telling me, say, word of molester stuff, and they're laughing at me in front of people in stores, and were beating on me? No. I seen all those bruises. I seen you sick and almost passing out. I didn't put it together. Somebody was harming you. Kids came out of the room. Grandma, we didn't know. And they hugged me. So, little one, think about this. My grandkids didn't know. My daughter and son didn't know. Because it was photoshopped. And I kept going over and asking them. So, April 16, 23, across the parking lot, Danny and Jen walk up to Gabe and Shay, my grandson and his girlfriend at the time, asked Dad, what on earth is going on? He didn't know. He said he had hired some guy named Pete on his own. Just some guy. It was Pete and his men in her home before. Pete has her framed. Pete has her taped the filthy, dirty statement. I've never met him. He's my rapist, apparently. Breaking in private homes, setting up, cameras illegally for the Portage County Sheriffs. What these people did is illegal. I said, well, they kicked in my door of the wall. That's illegal. They're supposed to set up button cameras watching me. That's illegal. It's a felony invasion of privacy. Wiretapping, cyber stalking, illegal monitoring, try to get money out of it, sextortion. Andrew Darabic up there had 7 victims, pushed 1 kid to suicide. That's how not funny these people are. Get the idea? Like the Portage County Sheriffs, we had no knowledge of those people being in your home, and what they did is illegal on dotted levels. I said they're supposed to Photoshop a shower scene in the other room. That's illegal. They're laughing at me in front of people in stores. That's illegal. I said bruises, throwing up, and almost passing out, and I was severely infected. I kept thinking it was a dirty well water. They had me so drugged up there. And I'm going to the doctor, blaming the dirty well water. Never seen her talk to anybody, and they're laughing at me. They drugged me up and told me to say word of molester stuff, and I never seen her talk to anyone. That's illegal. Everything these people did, Miss Hall, is illegal. We had no knowledge of it. Why did they not have knowledge of it? Because Dave did it on his own. His girlfriend and her friends. And what did they do? December 1st, 25, Walmart 62. This whole thing was a scam to extort money from the government. Scare me into calling the FBI. They open a case and they steal the money. Her ex-husband was involved. They all were. Well, they want money out of it, right? Why would they want money out of it? Why do they even bother me with Dave hiring a rapist and a drugger? Why are you involved in a rape? Why does your mama want to be involved in having somebody raped and drugged? You better think about it. The rapist tapes. They didn't have a court order. They didn't have special permission. Dave hired him on his own, his girlfriend's dad and his drug friends, to run a drug scam on me. Photoshopped washing, drugged and told to say stuff, and beat and raped me, and I had real injuries and had to go to the doctor. By drug dealers. Better choose your words a little carefully. By who did this? No attorney can ever be in your home. It is a federal crime for them to be in your home. Wiretapping, illegal monitoring, felony evasion, privacy, loss of license immediately. Better tell your mom to get a better education. 4th Amendment, Constitution. Realize this lady setting your mom up to go to jail. And she can go to jail for telling you to say weird with yourself. Talking sexual contacts with you to say that to you. And your mama letting them talk dirty to you. Repeatedly. In a sexual manner and being under 18. Your mama can lose rights to you. And your mama can go to jail for letting you around that lady. She's a sex offender and a rapist. Get the idea? Human trafficker. What else did they say December 1st, 25? The doctor from before was not one of hers. Worse for them, and they had lied. Of course they lied. HIPAA. No doctor can talk about you without your consent. It is a 10-year federal sentence. It is also a 10-year sentence if they tape you unaware. It's a 10-year sentence for them to give out any of your medical records without signed consent, picture ID on both sides. And no doctor of yours could ever work for them. That's another 10-year federal sentence of HIPAA. You can Google what I'm saying. You can look on my Facebook of KA space HA. Times, dates, witnesses, trying to get this chaos to stop. The madness of 7.5 years, 7.5 years, almost 8, of a drug scam, that they never got a fucking dime out of it and are still trying 8 years later. Give me the name of the bitch that talked to your mama. Better yet, I'm going to send this in to the police and have the police hunt your mama down. We'll see if your mama ends up in jail as an accessory. Or does she want to witness against him? Might want to think about that one. What else do they say? That guy Pete that's running his mouth about her, she don't even know who he is. It's just some guy Dave hired on his own. Like he told Danny. It's just some guy he hired. I've never met him. When these people admitted they used hypnotic drugs when they drugged her and told her to say it before. And that tape of weird with yourself is photoshopped of washing in the shower in the other room. And the whole thing was just a scam to extort money out of the government. December 1st, 25. Walmart 62. They admitted to using hypnotic drugs. August 4th, 25. August 5th, 25. They even called Agent John a coward. August 7th, 25. Walmart 62. They still have it. They have all that. Admitted to drug me and tell me to say it before with hypnotic drugs and calling Agent John a coward. They made fun of the FBI for falling for this. June 7th, 23. Of the tapes before that were only a stunt. Eric, one of the drug dealers that actually did it, made fun of everybody. November 18th, 22. They admitted to drugging me and telling me to say it before. From the first month of the case, they photoshopped all their lies, erased people out of the room. By January 19th, it was a feminine wipey above the toilet. March 1st to 3rd of 21, they put two clips together, put her in a porn. It's not her, it's them. Then you got, let's see. What you're describing later on is showering. Ha 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 ha. She figured out what they did. February, March of 22 in Navarre, that Pete ordered everything photoshopped, drugged, and made up on her. Let's see. May 12th, 22 at noon, they found a tape of them emitting a shower scene in the other room. May 26th, 22 at noon, the shower scene was done on purpose to make you look weird. It was ordered by an attorney to do it. Minute framing me, March 24th, 22, 1:30. Let's see, July 24th, 25. They did body ratio. The reason why nobody knew it was me. It is showering, but they put my head on somebody else's body. They photoshopped everything where they said they did. They literally did. They put my head on some other woman showering. Danny and Jen didn't know nothing about it. Even the kids, even Tyler, even confessed in front of Carl. They knew nothing about any of this. Oh. Just like the drugs and told to say it before, from the beginning of the case where he had bruises before, throwing up and infected, it was us. We were drug beating, raping you. We had drugged you and told you to say this. We had drugged you and told you to say that. To May 25th, 21, 26, 21, 6 p.m. The church people breaking in before drugging her and telling her to say weirdo molester stuff. That's not funny. 8, 9, 21, the apartment building for me. Second close offense. Lady and little kids were talking about it. The 4 or 5 neighbors did a police report. 1295 Fairlawn. Old lady screamed out. They all talked to several people in 21. December 9th, 21, at the Oakland apartment on Cleveland Avenue. All the tapes before were them and not her. It's just a bunch of men doing crimes down here to see if someone stops them. Same day, white man bald with dark eyes distributing food at the Stark County Hunger Task Force was one of my guards during the case. And said, we always knew the tapes before were them and not her, so we never said a word. January 19th, 22. Department of Disability, I was drugged and told to say it before. February 2nd, 22, drugged and told to say it before. Oh. Then onslaught of the drug scam. August 31st, 25, Summit Mall of the it is documented and verified. They used a hypnotic drugs on her when they drugged her and told her to say it before. Oh. In the July 24th, 25, it is documented and verified. It was another lady showering in the other room. The tape of Weird with Yourself, and they did put her head on somebody else's body. So you can kiss my ass. Nobody knew about it. And that's where Melissa's kids were, Melissa, where they were walking around. Oh, let's see. Let me see. The 2 guys said they worked for a drug lord. She was willing to help them get away with it. By having the kids lie, she was telling the kids a lie. The kids stating they lied on Thanksgiving of 18. Flora ratted them out. October 23rd, 2019. Of course, it never happened. Of course, it wasn't true. We made it up. They were games of pretend. To the police and the FBI, why are they having those kids make that shit up? Oh, they're just trying to scare her into giving up the house. That's it. Her whole family spoke highly of her. To Officer Mark, oh, Melissa could go to jail for involving herself in this. I'd hate to arrest her. Her kids are little. And Melissa's so stupid she made everything up when you were fishing with Dave. She's actually that stupid. She didn't check where you were. To October 5th, 21, them talking about it in front of my client. of Melissa and her kids is lying. And he's like, who is that crazy Melissa? They all talk about lying everywhere we go. The ex-daughter-in-law, friends with ex's girlfriend, have the kids make up some mean games of pretend in front of the police. Then we got to go to North Chapel in Louisville. The apartment building for where I used to live, the second apartment from the fence where the lady and little girls on 8/9/21 talked about me being drugged and told to stay before, they told them they were lying. On the outside steps, 2 apartment buildings for mine on North Chapel, they talked about Melissa's lies in 19. How about, let me see what else they say. Pennsylvania, they talked about Kurt finding some guy that Mel and those kids were lying. He was going to kill her. Stark County Sheriff's laughed at him, calling him slow if he just found out those kids were lying. In May of 21, Massillon police told Mount Carmel, Illinois, they're documenting me games of pretend. 2 FBI agents from Belden Village, March 13th, 23. We told these people stay out of it. Nobody's ever seen anything. She's never hurt anyone. And some lady thought she could make money out of it, exploiting people. She needs arrested. She's very dangerous, being part of a drug gang, drugging people for fake confessions, having them beaten, raped in their home, setting up stalking cameras, sex trafficking videos of people running off hate crimes off of a drug scam, and photoshopping a washing. Selling kiddie porn of little kids go on potty, selling people on porn sites, having them raped under drugs, drugged and told to say stuff, and then photoshopped and framed in her little drug scam with the drug cartel. We're April 28th, 24. Walmart on the Strip. North Canton Jackson police officer. Karen, we all know nobody drugs anybody, but the drug cartel, and it was a drug cartel in your home before. So who is that lady? Drug cartel. I walk into that, they'd still have it, Walmart on the Strip, April 28th, 24. Sunday morning, bright and early. Walk in with my client. Guy's on the phone. I listen to the recorded line. That agent did admit to telling on her before and he did talk to her like that. They better do something about it. Officer in uniform shows up. Karen, we all know nobody drugs anybody but the drug cartel. No, it was a drug cartel in your home before. We all know that guy told on you before. I want to know how he heard it. Where police called that Kurt Slow. Where they said Kurt's going to kill her. He found out all those kids were lying. He's going to kill her. In Pennsylvania. Well, Kurt tells everybody stay out of it. None of this is funny. Got it? Cops called him slow. Kurt just found out those kids were lying. He's slow. So some guy's on the phone with him. Said, Kurt, none of this is funny. They have her whole family taped defending her, saying that they didn't know anything about this. The other one saying they made everything up. Oh. And these people admitting that they drugged her and told her to say it before, photoshopped everything and made everything up on her. Everyone stay out of this. None of this is funny. And they have the agent over case admitting to telling on her on a recorded line. None of this is funny. Stay out of it. Pam walks by with her granddaughter. Uncle Dave said he had someone tape her before other verify it. Well, the cops say it was a cartel that's drugged and photoshopped, right? I walk outside with investigators. They all bust out laughing. Took her long enough to confess she was in it with Dave and those stalking tapes. See that lady that talked to your mama? She's a stalker. She's one of those people that are stranger danger that your mom tells you not to talk to. They're sexual predators. Your mama talked to a sexual predator that sells little kids for sex slaves. Human trafficker. She better call the cops. Fair warning. Judge Peters' group and the Texas group that was selling all those kids a few years ago, guess who your mama let in her home? Well, they're scammers. Guess who may get sold, sweetie? Better be afraid. And I'm not being mean. People around me have disappeared. People I know have lost family members. I'm not being mean. I'm being dead serious. You better be afraid. You better be afraid of these people. Get some common sense. Walk outside, investigators lost it. Sarah laughing. Took her long enough to admit she was in it with David in those stalking tapes. See, that lady's a stalker. And her kids better never verify it. Because these people admitted they drugged her and told her to say it before, photoshopped everything and made everything up on her. And her family was taped saying they didn't know anything about it and defending her, and the other one saying that they made everything up. Oh. That means the police would have to arrest him. See, that's where my oldest son, John, on Thanksgiving of 18, when I asked him what's going on, he didn't know. He said Melissa just have to make up something because of the divorce and that you're moving out, and she'll have her church people make up something too, but don't worry about it, Mom. Nobody can say anything bad about you. Said it several times. What did her kids get tape stating? January 12th, 22, where Officer John, which I found out is a federal agent, name's not John. Guess what he got tape stating? I mean, what did the Melissa's kids get tape stating on Thanksgiving of 18? They made everything up. They were games of pretend. Whether the Massillon police said they're documenting me games of pretend, she's never heard anyone. June 23rd to July 4th of 21. How about March 13, 23? 2 FBI agents look like my son Josh. Yelled it out in Walmart. We told these people to stay out of this. Her whole, she's never heard anyone. Nobody's ever seen anything. Some lady thought she could make money out of it. Well, you met a human trafficker. Your mama talked to a drug dealer and a scammer. You need to call the police on that lady before that lady comes get you. You get the idea. She is a very bad person. Learn to be afraid of these people. They're serial killers. And I'm not being mean. Melissa's niece was taken. Lori's family member, they dismembered her. Laughed in her face how they killed her. Get the idea? They kill people. Or don't you remember when 35 kids disappeared out of Cleveland in 2 weeks? 20 in Akron. They found 45 kids in Akron a couple years ago. Oh, guess who was reporting and seeing them up there in Akron all the time? Me. The human traffickers. Who's this lady? She's a human trafficker. She was one of the people human trafficking me when I drag scam on me. So your mama let a human trafficker in there. They could sell you. That's how dumb your mom is. They better call the cops. See, that's where last year we found out that where John moved to Florida, because where John asked me to watch his kids, be a reliable name on a court record to watch his kids. A couple years later, I couldn't do it because I was working 2 jobs, trying to make ends meet. He lost his kids. He moved to Florida years ago. Remarried. July 13th, 14th, 25. Found out. What? Found out what? Had somebody impersonate John. When people found out John was in Florida. Oh, and yesterday, where he was in 21, I love you, Mom. You want to meet me for dinner? Happy birthday, Mom. Love you. 21, 20. All kinds of nice text messages. He wasn't part of it. Like, oh, July 26, 25, an FBI agent from 18. That how he spoke to John years ago, 18. Said nothing bad ever happened to him. Oh, and guess what? His real pediatrician, Dr. Haben, what? On Frank Road, verified. June 7th, 25. They seen the kids from 1984 to 2002 several times a year. There was no sign of any abuse and no neglect. Children were well taken care of. So were there little drugs and told to say horrible stuff, beating, raping me, photoshopping my head on some other lady's body in stalking tapes by a rapist, a human trafficker? It's a human trafficking scam trying to extort money from the government? where would this lady start using some common sense? She's playing your mama like a fool. She better be calling the police. And Officer Mark, Officer John, you know where I live. You need to be cameras in this area and find out who that lady is scouring out to steal their kids in this area. Because she's a human trafficker. She's playing all these people for fools. And they're not smart enough to call the police. I was never weird with myself. March 13, 23, they told the nurse at Mercy Medical the only thing they had me on, this is how far they're altered, is simply brushing off water with clothes on. The guy said that's sick. She said, no, it's funny, they didn't have anything else. Brush something off with clothes on. You can touch any part of your body with clothes on. You get bathing suits coming out of the pool, off a beach. What do? You pull up your top, pull your bottom out of your butt, your front, dry off everywhere and sit down. Nobody thinks anything of it. Think of shorts. Anything. Wedgies. Men. Oh my God. But adjusting yourself, simply wiping off water with clothes on. I was in McDonald's, some guy spilled salt all over the front of his pants, stood up, wiped off everywhere, brushed off his chair. Nobody thought anything of it. Because you can touch any part of your body with clothes on. It's not wrong. Nor is it illegal. But photoshopping somebody's head in somebody showering, that's why nobody knew about it. Washing yourself. Sick and disgusting what these people did. They were having me being raped under drugs. I don't know who they are. Why don't you give me the name of the lady? Your mama better be calling the police. Better yet, I'll be letting them know. That lady's in this area. She's probably scouring for kids to sell. She's a human trafficker.